So, another little loss today. It's kind of annoying just because you know exactly where, or I know where exactly where it's gonna go. It's just my entries and my stop placements, and then my RLR haven't been like the greatest. And like this whole time, I've been trying to like refine it and get it better, but just today's price action was not it. Especially from yesterday from the tariff news. I don't know if you saw, but I was looking at the futures market, obviously, and it did like a little fake rally up into London, previous London's high, or previous Friday's high right here, and then it sells off, and then I was like, damn. And then from there on, like price action has not been clean. Today was definitely high resistance, liquidity run. Um, it just kept wicking around the place, and then I entered one trade. I entered too early, and then um, the second trade, I entered again, but I just realized this price action is not it. I'm gonna have to be waiting for a while just to get a simple 2 to 1 R and then stop. I didn't know where stop would be, and there was no good stop placement, so um, it just wasn't worth it for me because I just knew that uh, I knew where it was gonna go. I knew the draw on liquidity. And I knew everything was lining up, but just my entry um, didn't have like a real clear stop, and then I didn't have uh, it wasn't clean. Like it wouldn't. I entered on the iFVG. It wouldn't like rally down quickly, and that's like the whole premise of it. You want to see it rally down quickly, and yeah. So I'm happy that I took one trade, and then that one trade I canceled it early because I knew it was gonna stop me out, and it did. But I canceled it earlier, so for like a cheaper stop. And then for the second trade, I entered again. I was expecting aggressive down movement because my bias was bearish today, and it was just not giving it to me. I just realized like, okay, price action is not good. Just better not, better just take the loss and accept it and just move on and not really stress about it and like try to hold on to like a trade that's gonna take a while to pan out with these high resistance liquidity run conditions. Okay, if it was really truly low resistance, it would have got to Wednesday's low, which was a draw, pretty quickly, especially in the 950 macro. It never kind of did that, but then it still kind of stalled. So I just accepted the loss. Price action was not good. Wicks all over the place. So the thing is, the draws right there. I know where it's gonna go to. It's just the entries and the um, yeah, just the entries and then price action. Not giving it, not being as clean as I wanted it. But overall, I'm still happy that it went to my objective. Okay, it was Wednesday's low, and I just have to get better at these injuries. Be that was another thing. I had to be a little bit more patient. I tend to like kind of rush into it, not rush, but just if I see displacement, that's when I do enter, and then that's kind of like today was kind of like a fake out, and then it rallied higher to make a higher high with an SMT, which you'll see on the lower time frames. But um, yeah, so what's it? What is so? Yeah, so I just need to be a little bit more patient. If I'm not sure, wait for the next 5 minute close. Like I said, everything was lining up. It was just I entered again, and then 9:45 news was coming, and I didn't want that to affect it. Then same with 10 a.m. news. It's just these little losses that kind of like wasn't even $100, but it was $98. But it's just these little losses, and then like it still goes to your objective. It still kind of bothers me, and that's something I need to work on. Just not letting it bother me and just moving on, which I am doing better on. It's just um, I just have this tendency that I know someone out there made money from my buy stop. You know, someone shorted it at where my stop was. So that kind of bothers me, and I just need to ignore that and just focus on me. Um, yeah, because I already knew where the draw was. It was pretty obvious, you know. It was probably the most obvious thing I seen. It's just my entries. I didn't want to overtrade, and I just let it go. I just let it go, accepted the loss, and just I wasn't feeling it mentally either. I didn't have like a good night's sleep. I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and it kind of bothers me. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through price action pretty quick and just give myself or whoever viewers are watching. By the way, thank you. I know it's nobody, but I'm talking to myself. But either way, I just wanna talk to myself and just be able to come back to these videos um and just listen to what I had to say. So price action today, like I said, was pretty ass. Draw on liquidity was Wednesday's low, which you see on the lower time frames, as well as this weekly discounted contract encroachment wick, and I think we're still gonna rally down to August monthly swing low right here. Those are the draws. Okay, tomorrow we could see a retracement up because tomorrow is Friday, so Friday usually pulls back inside of the weekly range, and this is like the weekly range. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So for our, it's gonna be a little messy just because I didn't clean it. But it was straightforward price action. So right here, 6 a.m. tariffs come out, and then boom, Friday's high sweeps it, and then Friday's tariffs are like released or announced or whatever, and then drops to the floor. Volume imbalance, which was also a new day opening gap. This is when 4 p.m. it closed, and then or 5 p.m. it closed, and then 6 p.m. it opened up again. And you can see just the draw was Wednesday's low. Okay, as well as this low or this discounted conjugal encroachment wick, as well as this monthly swing low. Let me see how it respects it. See how it respects the discounted conjugal encroachment wick. That right there is like indication where it still wants to rally lower. Because if it didn't respect it and broken through, that's when we could see higher prices. But obviously it did. Oh. So I just gotta. So just mentally, I need to work on my mental stuff. I need to start relaxing more. Just because trading is stressful. It's stressful as fuck, especially early in the morning. We wake up and right into the charts. It's stressful as fuck, and I just, I'm doing good. It's getting to me. I can feel it, and I just need to calm down and relax and continue to study on this stuff, and then just study on this stuff, and it's tough, it's tough, but just gotta keep good risk management, which I'm doing, and I'm very proud of that. And the reason why I didn't enter on the second trade was because I had R to R. That's why. Anyways, respect of the discounted contra encroachment wick, so that's indication it still wants to low rally lower, and that's exactly what we see. Okay, this was the drawn liquidity, the external range liquidity right there. Okay, and then 1 hour, jump into the 1 hour. Okay. And then something else to work on, I just need to wait for the close. Well, that's just something to know. Okay, so these are my standard deviations from 15-minute swing high to swing low. Okay. And right here, it's the first indication we're bearish. SMT. NQ makes higher high, while YM, same high right here. YM makes lower high too. So times 2 SMT. Okay. See this high kind of makes it. So a little SMT right there too. But the idea was that we had an SMT. Okay. So we're here, midnight opens, rise down, accumulation, manipulation, or is it manipulation up, accumulation down here, and distribution. Okay, you can see how, like, look at these candles, how they're engulfing each other. If it was really true low resistance liquidity run, it would have just done like a straight down candles like these, but it didn't. Okay, so this was a draw, and inverse fair value gap right here, premium PD array being right above 830, being respected by the bodies right here, and then this was my buy stop rate of going short on. That's what the idea was based on. And I think you can see right there, Civi, sell side imbalance, pattern efficiency, fill that in. I think there was one on the 15, which we'll see. But yeah, so this is where I was going short on basically, and I was going long, or I was going short there, and then looking for these lows to be ran out. Okay, 15 minute. 15 minute. And right here gets to the time. Low comes in at right here. Low comes in at 1973 and a half. High comes in at 19. Wait, what? Low comes in at 1973 and a half. High comes in at 1974. So by half, it goes over. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Okay. This is exactly what I was gonna go short on. You know, the idea's there, everything's there. It's just so annoying because I know it's gonna go short. It's just, how do I answer? That's the idea. But number one problem I did was I didn't wait for the SMT close. Okay, and I constantly keep telling myself I need to refer to the 15-minute for that, especially if it was a 15-minute buy side liquidity pull or a 15-minute high. I need to wait for that. Okay. The reason is 8:30 opens, rallies right here. That was indication we're gonna go short. 9:30 opens, takes it out, boom. It's obvious. Okay, the reason is that why I went short early. New day opening gap. The reason is I went short early because right here. So you see this high right here? That high, I was seeing that as an initial SMT. Okay. I was like, oh, okay, price is gonna probably leave that high. Right, this 15-minute high. Price is gonna leave that high, and it's gonna rally down. And it did, and it displaced down, and then it knocked me out when it came back up. Cause I already saw ES took its high, and then I saw YM also take its high. So I was like, okay, it does make sense that both of these markets take the same high, and this 5-minute close right here, I was going short on. Okay, um, being above 830, being above 930. Okay, we're way below in the lower quadrant, and respecting 50% of the new week or new day opening. Okay, so right here, I was going short on this 5-minute close, based on displacement by this wick. You see this wick? I was going short on this wick. Okay, and then almost immediately I get knocked out because it still wanted to reach up to that same high, and that's when I got my first loss. And I actually canceled it early because I realized I was looking at the 5-minute and the 1 minute, and I was like, oh damn, uh, it's not showing real indications on the 5-minute that it wants to rally lower just yet because we still have that 5-minute high. And then I was seeing that yes, same thing, it wanted still to reach a little bit higher. And so right there, I was going short and then canceled the trade. I was like, okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It still wanted to reach to that 15-minute buy side liquidity pool, and eventually it sweeps it. Okay, with the sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency for a complete closure, and then sells off. Okay, so that was mistake number one, kind of in being impatient. Probably could have waited for the, especially when it's this close, because I did have experiences where it would rally off, but I think I just need to wait a little longer, especially when it's barely 9:30. Wait a little longer for this 15-minute buy side pool of liquidity to be taken. Okay, I should have waited. So that was one thing I need to do, especially when it's so close to it, and not really force an SMT. Because as you can see, there was an SMT on this high, but there was this high. There was no SMT on this side, and that's when invalidated, and that's when I got knocked out. So that was first trade loss right there. So down on the 1 minute. So this was, where was I going? I was going short on the inverse. Okay, I was going short on the first presented fair value gap, right there on the close, just above it. And then I realized I had my stop at this high, and then I realized, oh, price is blowing right through it. And so I closed the trade and then realized it still wants to capture its same high without the SMT. So initially there was an SMT, and then after it invalidated it, and that's when I got knocked out. And then this SMT I didn't realize on the 1 minute, which I should have checked, but you could see beautifully there was one right there. Turtle soup. So I didn't even look at that one. So that was one I needed to pay attention. Like I said, I was not like really feeling it today. Let me do it simple. So definitely entry is here, but because once I take a loss, it's hard for me to like kind of bounce back. It's hard, but I just need to learn how to take that into account. Okay, so right here SMT and the 940 close. Okay, while also inverting this fair value gap. So yeah, you could have, but even then, it was, like I said, it wasn't a good R to R. Stopping here, because that's the only logical place. 76 point stop. And then a 2-to-1 would have been all the way down here. 1042. Entry would have been at 940. So a whole hour you could have waited just for a 70. Wait, what? No, 151 point move. So yeah. So that's essentially what I did. I did actually enter on the closing price, but I got a really bad market feel, and then almost immediately it rallies up, and I just break even for $0. just realized I wasn't mentally prepared. I wasn't mentally there, and then I just wasn't feeling it. You know, I like to just take one loss or one win and then just be done with the day. And then after that, you can see how consolidated we are. And then I was also entering right around 9:45 news. I didn't like that fact. And then stop was way too high for me. And then target was too far for me. I didn't really see it. Reaching down there and being patient with it. Okay. And then we had an S&T here. Okay. So right here could have like a propulsion type move to see lower prices. Okay, and same thing I'd probably with YM. Yeah, YM was rallying lower. YM was more bearish than NQ. Look at NQ, look at ES, and YM doesn't even hesitate to really rally up, just rallies down. Right after taking the same exact high with the SMT, so YM would have been probably the better market to trade on. Or even ES. ES was pretty decent too. ES would have been actually better. Because look, there's still a little consolidation, and right here, just rally downs. But NQ was horrible compared to the other three or other two. So idea was there, like usual. So idea was there. It's just too expensive a stop. No, I didn't like it. Just wasn't worth it. I would have liked price to get up here, which changing the state delivery. But then I didn't want to see price get up there. And that's just me, as my lack of infancy, my infancy basically in this industry. But yeah, we had a breakaway gap. Consequent encroachment was being respected. Entry would have been there again, but at 950. But I just didn't like how disrespected the first presented for value gap. So yeah, things to work on. Be a little bit patient. Because I'm happy that I did recognize that I was gonna go higher to this high, but I could have just been patient and just let it take it if it wanted to, and then look at the 1 minute S&Ts. Because I could have entered there. Okay, I could have entered here, which I did enter. But like I said, stop was too expensive for me. And it just didn't seem worth it holding for a whole hour for 151 points. Just didn't seem worth it. So yeah, just need to be a little bit more patient. Especially if it was really that close. How much is that? 1961, 55, so 6 points. Be a little bit more patient. Possibly wait for the next 5 minute close. If I did, I would have took this entry right here more comfortably and probably would have accepted the loss bigger because I already took my first loss. So then when that happens, I have to cut my leverage off. Yeah, but I don't think I would have held for a whole hour. A whole hour at 10:42. No, it just doesn't seem worth it. Like, look how fast 9:30 opens. 9:30 opens here. 9:22. Look right here. This is 200-point moves in 8 minutes. 200 move in 8 minutes. Here, a whole hour just for a 150-point move. So just put that in perspective. But those rally down there, and we're now. I think we're still gonna rally down lower into weekly discounted constant encroachment. I can ultimately this swing low. From there, I don't even know. Or just these tariffs, man. But yeah, price was not having it. Okay, I just didn't like this. 950 macro, little manipulation, then rally down. I wouldn't say it was bad. It just was not ideal. Yeah, I didn't like how I disrespected this breaker right here. Yeah, I just didn't like how I disrespected first percent for value gap. Something to work on. And I was looking at having my stop. If I entered here, I was looking at having my stop above the breakaway gap. But the volatility was crazy today. Just gotta get used to this price action. It's just volatility just getting to me and just like stresses the fuck out of me, bro. Like you can't just be clean like Monday or Tuesday. Those 2 days were the cleanest days I ever seen. Textbook delivery right there. Same right here today, but just the volatility was getting to me and I just couldn't handle it. And I just said it's better for me just to watch price action than to take a trade that I felt uncomfortable with. Okay, and I'm really proud that I did that because I don't think I would have handled this retracement up and then rallied up for a 1 hour 150 point move with a 76 points SL. It's a horrible SL. Reaches my objective at 1047. So just lots of manipulation today and lots of draw liquidity was obvious. I think the problem was everybody knew it was going to go short, and so that's why it did all this to weed out the weak ones. And we're just like kind of like scare everybody out, and that's what it did to me. Which I'm fine because I didn't want to lose anything more. Because like I said, my stop would have been here, and then I don't think I would have been comfortable having my stop up here because it's just too high and too expensive. For a simple 2-to-1, it would have took 1 hour, and to be able to hold this up and then this little rally down and then this up, no, it's not worth it. When like in comparison, look, let me bring out the measuring tool. And then I've been having headaches too. Shit hurts, bro. So right here to right there, 137 in a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, 10-ish minutes, 138 points. Here, enter here. For 2-to-1, 152 for an hour and 6 minutes. Fuck no. Let me do this again. Let's reach right here. 11 minutes, 439. Enter. Hour and 5 minutes for 20 more points. Fuck no. Not worth it for me to sit around and stress about all these price movements. Yeah. It's just more price action. It's just wild as fuck, bro. Fucking Trump. The only thing good is I'm buying more crypto. Okay, I'm buying, I'm holding. That's the good part. That's the good things. There's always some good from the bad, you know. Just holding. Yeah, everything's dropping. So let me just do like a little. Yeah, but I've not been feeling it, bro. So entry right here. entry right here. At first, P.FVG should have waited for the next 5-minute close, especially still in early entering. It's 9:37. Entering on 9:37. Since it didn't take 15-minute buy side liquidity just yet, so it should have waited for that higher time frame. Right. Canceled the trade once I saw PA break through, which was a good call from me, where the stop was at the high, and that was indication that price wanted to reach 15-minute buy side liquidity before rallying down, which it did. So that's the thing. Everything I'm calling out, I know it's gonna do, but it's just my entries. So I was really proud that I caught that. But yeah, I could have entered here again. So it takes the 15-minute buy. So it takes the 15-minute buy side liquidity, and here what have here should have waited instead of taking a loss. So definitely have to work on entering early, and that feeling, and that entry on earliness is based on FOMO just a little bit, and then what's it called? Also doing that to currency early, and that entry on based on FOMO and on patience. But again, I have to work on that. Should I have waited for this? Have SMT here, turtle soup here. So this was kind of like the idea. So entry there, my stop was here, and then 2 to 1 was here. Which again, if I entered there, I would have been stopped out, but you get the idea. But I got stopped. I canceled the trade early before stopping me out. Which was good, and everything was good there. Look, everything here is so easy on hindsight, but when it was trading live, all these wicks, it would come down and then immediately pull up. Like right here, that's what it would do. And everything here was just crazy. It would pull down, boom! It just rallied up. And that right there was like kind of giving me like, okay, this price action is dangerous. I shouldn't be trading. I should just tape read. And that was the what's it called? That was the thought process behind me going short here, which was a good short, and then me just taking the trade off completely, because as you can see, if I entered there, my stop was around here. So if I entered here, which I did enter on the retest, or not on the retest, but it was above the breakaway gap, that was for sure. After the 15-minute buy side liquidity sweep, stop right there. 2 to 1, I would have been knocked out way before again. So horrible price action, horrible R2R, horrible stop placements, crazy wickage, volatility was crazy, and that's just the price you pay for trading with NQ. But like I said, NQ or ES and YM were probably the better markets in terms of price action. But yeah, NQ was just being stubborn as fuck. And I think it's because it was so obvious it was gonna go short, but like I said, I wanted to trip people out. So yeah, I could have entered here. Yeah, I could have entered, but again, there was no internal range liquidity either. The first one would have been here, and I would have been knocked out before it. Um, so yeah, so me canceling a trade was on break even was probably the best decision because if I held it and it came all the way up in 950 macro, it would have knocked me out right here. And then right there, I wouldn't have. I was I was looking for a trade here, but then I was like, no. I just didn't like I said, the disrespect the first presented for value gap. But it was respecting this breakaway gap. And once it broke down, I could have entered there for another re-entry. Possibly. And that's what I was looking at. But it was right near 10 a.m. news. So I was like, I don't want to really be trading at news. Like I said, volatility. it's just so many factors that come in play. It's not just like you short and boom, you get your profits. Because like obviously it was gonna go shorter. It's just like how much shorter? When is it gonna short? Okay, stop right there. But even then, see 2 to 1. So yeah, 2 to 1 would have been better right there. 97-point move on the retest or on the test on the breakaway gap, and in the inverse first presented for value gap. But like I said, 10 a.m. news came out here. Crazy wickage, and then rally down. So I just need to get better at trading at news. What's this? 10 a.m. news. The reason why I didn't trade after my first loss. So I need to get better at trading at 10 a.m. or at news hour. Like I said, on Monday it was clean at price action. Tuesday, same things. Same kind of. And ever since yesterday, has not been looking good. And then I also have to keep studying more. Yeah, study. But like right here, you can see so obvious. Just go short here. Just go short there on the breakaway gap. He's respecting consequent approach. Bro, it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy knowing that it rallied higher to the point up here where your stop would have been here. Like, bro. And then 10 a.m. news was gonna come up. 9:45 news was right here. Well, this shit takes so much brain power from me, bro. So things to work on is just to wait for the next 5-minute close if the higher time frame liquidity pool is close like today, and possibly just wait for it for price action to capture it without forcing an SMT, which is what I did. Something else is to relax. I was sweating balls in this market. wanting something else to relax and not give anything back or revenge trade. What the fuck? You saw that? You serious? What the fuck? Which I'm glad didn't, and was able to recognize a horrible PA for me personally, and not to participate because of that very factor. It was just too much uncertainty. I didn't know what 10 a.m. news was gonna do. It's high news too. Just too much uncertainty. So pat in the back for not reacting emotionally and trying to revenge. Not reacting emotionally, trying to revenge trade when price action in general was not good. So yeah, keeping it simple. Putting in my journal. Just a little impatience, and then just need to be waiting. Entry too early, wait for PA to hand you the trade. If higher time frame liquidity pool is near. And not forcing SMT. Holy shit, bro, this shit takes so much out of me, bro. I'm gonna do what? Second trade was break even, realizing price action was horrible, and just accepting the first loss without trading again because price action was having me sweating balls, bro. HRLR based on the first trade idea when I entered early. Should have waited for the 50-minute buy side to be swept, especially when it was only 6 point different. It's because the problem is I've been seeing these things happen, and sometimes it will leave it like that and then rally away. So it's just a matter of patience, I guess. Anyways, price, it's pretty obvious though. Could have been shorting here, like I said. Two to one would have been fuck. No, not there. If it was there, I would have took it. Oh my god. Two to one. Turtle soup entry. Stop 15, 75 points, 75 points. What if S&T? Taking a whole hour for only this shit, bro. This shit takes so much out of me, bro. It's nothing funny. Let me just do my journal entry. 9:36 I entered, so yeah, a little early. Should have waited. No, actually at 9:37. Yes, high news and medium news. Bias was bearish, position was short, loss, trade win, trade rating. It could be just because it didn't take out the 15-minute buy side. Auto R was 2-1. Was PA good? No. Emotion. God, this shit. FOMO, just a little bit, and impatience. Didn't want the market to leave without me when it was a few handles away from higher time frame rate. Should, and when ES and YN already took their waited for the 5-minute close. Waited for the 5-minute close, and that's when I entered on displacement. The first position had a value gap, but it was still early, and notice that it still wanted to rally higher to capture its buy-side liquidity, and taking away from this, going to wait for that higher time frame rate to be taken, even if there is a temporary S&T as there was today. There was a temporarily S&T. Okay, so just move on. Did he follow your rules? Yes. Everything was lined up, just not price action. It's just these losses. It's just price action losses. It's not even like, it's just entry losses, really. Lesson learned to wait for the higher time frame rate, especially if there was a temporary S&T and not really have strong indications, because especially when it was still early in 9:30. Market will eventually catch up to that higher time frame rate and most likely have a lower time frame SMT like today. So just waiting for a few minutes and not catching and not entering on the initial displacement, as that was manipulation today, and a market is going to want to reach for that higher time frame rate before selling off and possibly offer a lower time frame SMT like today. Profit and loss minus 88, 98. Leverage 2 contracts. Minis current point move. Point move. What was the point? Not 13. Bro, this shit's tough. This shit is not easy. Trump is not making this easier either. Look, kind of annoying. So I'm just gonna do like a little write-up. So things to work on is just to wait for the higher time frame read, especially if it was near most likely a manipulation and just an accumulation of buy stops, and that's where my buy stop was at, but was able to read PA and was able to read PA and cancel the trade early. So happy with that. But going forward, definitely have to wait for the higher time frame rate. And even if there is a SMT, wait for the next 5-minute close, because that will give you more clarity if you're unsure. Like today, where I was unsure and went short based on initial displacement, but realized now that was manipulation. Another thing, control and patience, because that also played a factor. But just wait, just wait a little, especially if it's still early in the 9:30 session. Enter early. I did enter early. This shit fucking hurts, bro. This fucking pain, bro. It's fucking painful as fuck. It's not even funny either. It's fucking not funny. This shit is painful fucking hurts. You know, people think this is easy money. This is not fucking easy money. Easy fucking losing money though. Control patients that also pay for did enter early. So if unsure, wait for the 5-minute close and just enter on retracement. And if you miss the move, be proud that it went to your objective. Like caught it. Don't sweat it. Mini objective. What? Many opportunities like that. Another thing. Another thing. If price action is not feeling comfortable with you, just analyze and you remember you don't have to take a trade if you don't feel comfortable, especially if the stop is expensive and a bad RR. Which my RR minimum is a 2-1, but I'm saying the bad RR meaning like kind of unreal. It's not unrealistic, but it's kind of far, you know. Like, would you rather take 20-point SL for a 40-point gain that would take 5 minutes, or a fucking 70-point SL like today, and then wait whole hour for 150 points, and you don't even know if it's gonna go there, especially with these tariffs, bro. Trump. Move on. Just price action loss, nothing big, and learn from this mistake of entering early and just waiting for NQ to catch up to the higher time frame rate, then look for an entry only then, and not force an SMT, which I did. Okay, so look right here. Let me show you what I buy side, and buy side. So you can, let me do it on ES because ES holds more power. So ES here, you can see that it took the same high, and this is when I went short at NQ, but it should have waited for NQ to possibly catch up. Saw this high as an SMT, and that was prompted me into going short, but realizing now that it was manipulation to accumulate more sells or more buy stops, which really got me, not gonna lie. More buy stops, and eventually the next 5-minute close better short entry here. So look, it opened, rally down. That's when I was going to show. So look, it opened, it rallied down, and that was where I was shorting at the displacement. Then realized market still wanted to catch up to the 15-minute buyside liquidity. Also have to shake the loss in the moment and get back on track. Today it kind of tipped me off, and there was other entries, but mentally was not feeling it today, so just accepted it, and eventually after an hour reaches to the Wednesday slow. I got out in the morning and happy the analysis came through. Just entry there. So something to work on. So main idea is wait for the higher time frame. Wait for the if I'm not sure about the SMT, wait for the 5-minute close. So takeaway is if I'm not sure about the SMT or I'm uncertain, wait for the next 5-minute close and see how it closes there. Wait for the 5 minutes, see how it closes there, and go on from there and see if there's strong rejection on the 5-minute, not on the 1-minute, because as you can see, it manipulates. As you can see, it manipulated me. So wait for the 5-minute close and other factors in terms of seeing if an SMT is going to form or not on that higher time frame objective, and see if the market. Alright, let's just see. That's the main idea, and then be patient or continue to be patient, which I'm doing better at. So proud of that. Better keep the good risk management, and if I'm uncertain about the trade, don't even take it, because that's not going to help you out when you are in the trade. So that was something too that I noticed, that if I'm not even sure, if you don't like the RR or the stop, don't take it. Simple as that, and live stress free. I'm a fucking stomach, bro. So I have to. Well, anyways, I'm doing better. Just these little losses that kind of just tip me off, and it's like a thing where like is everything working? No, it's just like doubt. It's more doubt. And it's kind of annoying because I'm doing everything I can, and I'm still getting these losses. It's like more price action and then more me. More me of not waiting a little bit longer. Me not um me not just being a little bit more patient and just letting things pan out. Okay, I do have like that fear of not of missing the move, but then if it goes on without me, it's fine. I just have to accept it. Now I'm doing better. I'm doing better, way better than when I started. Okay, before I would have been probably a worse trade. Okay, I'm just happy that I'm way below my risk. Kept my risk controlled. And then just if I felt if I feel uncomfortable at the trade, don't even take it because that's just not gonna help me or anybody. I just need to keep continuing to grow and learn, and it's tough. This thing is not easy. It's a fucking monster right now, especially. It's fucking alive. Should keep it like that. I remember last year was kind of calm, clean price action overall, and now it's just fucking. It's a fucking. What's it called? Chainsaw. I don't even know. Just a whipsaw. That's whipsaw. Whipsaw price action. Looking at it live. Right now it looks calm and everything, but just the wicks. It's the wicks, man. It's just the wicks. Those wicks can stop you out. Still go to your direction. That's what I didn't want. So I just kept it, and then what's it called? Yeah, stop was way too expensive. That's 70 a point stop. I wasn't gonna risk that. That was way more than my risk combined with the second trade. And I had two micros. One micro couldn't even hold that, so just not worth it. Stop was like unpredictable because I didn't know where it was reasonable at. But yeah, just hope not price action that I want it to be in. And so if I don't like it, don't even participate. Just leave it. Okay, and if it goes to your objective, be happy that it did, which it did, which was Wednesday's low. So I'm just glad that I called it. Just need to get better at my entries. So peace, thank you. Whoever made it this far, you're a real one. Peace.